The way I'm feeling right now about the coronavirus is I'm feeling sad and I'm feeling terrified about it.
As of right now, COVID has me very anxious and on my toes.
Mentally and emotionally, I'm not doing really well. Most of the time, I just feel depressed. I feel stressed. I feel anxious, frustrated, annoyed. It's just that we as humans, as a community, are not used to this state of living, of having to be stuck at home, having to wear masks and gloves whenever we go simply to the grocery store. And it really, really does actually damage our mental health.
Months ago, when it first started, my uncle, he was tested positive, and it was scary. It was very scary.
That COVID has been taking a real toll on me and on all of our family members, especially in our community. We haven't been really able to go out without our masks, without hand sanitizer on, and it's not like it was a year ago. Right now, I've been feeling like I have been developing anxiety. It gets really worse at night.
I generally just feel restricted because everything's just, hey, you can't go outside to here, you can't. It feels like I can't see my friends anymore. It feels like I can't go out at all anymore without having to just wear a mask, which not everyone is still doing.
And for me personally, it has canceled graduation because I'm a senior. It has canceled those events, prom and graduation. And I know it has affected a lot of people too.
I feel that COVID-19 robbed me of my senior year, my graduation. I won't be able to be in a stadium looking for my family.
Well, coronavirus is just, I feel really stressed out because there's so many things going on in the world and people are having to suffer through all these things because people are losing jobs, people are losing family members, people are losing their homes even because they can't pay rent and they can't go to work. And they're just putting them on the street when people have kids, families, and it just really hurts, you know.
So with coronavirus going on, I'm really scared about my college experience in the fall because I do know that some classes will be taking place online, but I am really not the best with online classes and I'm scared that my grades will suffer because of that. It's been a real life changer. We don't really go anywhere now and it's like you don't really do anything. You don't talk or see as many people as we normally did on a daily basis, and you can't go do things as simple as hang out with your friends or go to the grocery store without the risk of getting sick and or possibly dying.
I guess it's not really how other people feel about it because I'm one of those people that I like to live in the moment. So I know that I'm not always going to be a teenager, so I like to make the most of it.
Trapped in a community that should have been almost done with COVID, but people are not following the rules. People are not following what needs to be done. And I know, as a 17-year-old, I want to go out. I want to go have fun with my friends, but I also have a responsibility to myself, my family, and everyone around me.
A little bit anxious, wondering how the progress is going with the vaccine that is being made right now, and also how the economy might turn out with this virus, since it doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime. It just keeps getting worse and worse, so I'm just a little bit anxious, a little bit stressed about what's gonna happen in the future.
As a person who is 18 and has a mother in the medical field and has a bunch of friends that are considering going into the medical field, I find it completely disheartening that people are still getting discriminated against for color, race, sexuality, and especially during the times of COVID. I feel like our leaders didn't respond fast enough. I didn't feel like they heeded any of the warning signs.
The reflection in our city with all of this going on is not good because nobody's listening and they're still opening more places, so that's not good, and the cases keep rising more. So yeah.
I'm deeply saddened because I feel that we haven't been taking the precautions to avoid contracting the coronavirus seriously enough, and it has resulted in a lot of unnecessary spread and death. I'm especially disappointed because we could have pulled together earlier to prevent this outcome, and it seems as though political thought and political history have both dominated health, reason, and human life in our country.
I feel that
our president has failed us in making sure that we are safe.
I think we're doing a decent job of handling it, but I know that we can do a better job, most definitely. And that our businesses, I'm glad that they're working still perfectly fine. Unfortunately, some businesses have closed, but I know that it will get better in the future.
So I feel like the city and the state should not have been reopened like it was. They reopened it, opening dine-in places and places of congregation where people are gonna come together in really tightly packed spaces. Like, that should not have happened because COVID is a really contagious virus, as everyone already knows. It can be easily contagious, and especially with the amount of people not taking wearing masks seriously.
Texas, when we open everything back up, I feel like the governor should have not done that, because we only passed one of the requirements to open back up, and half people are wearing masks. It's just a whole mess to me, and this is not getting any better. And they're sitting here trying to blame teenagers for all this other stuff. I think they should open everything back up, and then we wouldn't have had this issue.
I have heard on multiple sources that teenagers are the biggest cause of new spreadings and the spreading of COVID-19 in general, and I completely disagree with that. I believe that teenagers have more access to social media and the latest advices on how to remain safe and how to stop the spreading that the average adult.
He escuchado y visto muchas de las opiniones, mayormente de personas mayores, que dicen que los jóvenes somos la primera causa de cómo se está expandiendo el virus, y es algo con lo que estoy completamente en desacuerdo, porque la mayoría de nosotros nos pasamos el día en nuestros teléfonos, pero en las redes sociales casi todo es sobre información, sobre todo lo que está sucediendo, sobre cómo tratar de no expandir el virus, sobre cómo combatir con todo lo que está pasando. Y yo creo que deberían de empezar a tomar más en cuenta lo que viene siendo las opiniones de nosotros los jóvenes.
Like, not everyone in our community is taking it seriously, because even though they know the risk and they know the consequences of the virus, they still do not care and don't wear masks, gloves, or wash their hands constantly.
The one thing that disturbs me the most is people wearing gloves because they don't properly handle or dispose of them in the correct way. So every time you touch something, you need to put a new pair of gloves on. And I think that's a waste, because our medical professionals should be getting the gloves instead of us wasting them.
My mom is a doctor, and I worry about it every day. She goes into the front lines helping people, and I'm scared that she's gonna catch the coronavirus, and if she does, I don't know what I do with myself, but I see her as a role model. She's always putting herself in the front lines, always putting others before herself, and she's just such an amazing person, and it's just such a great thing to have in your life.
Worrying about him. I was worried my grandmother was gonna have a heart attack because she's very protective and but she's good now. But it's probably not the same for other people in their family. Some people whose family members don't come back from that, and it's really got me thinking, about life, decisions, how it can end.
Something I have been hearing that disturbs me is the older people blaming my age group about the coronavirus, and a reflection on the reaction that's been going on in my city with the businesses and everything is that I'm terrified. Nobody seems to be taking it seriously, and people are fighting back to not wear masks, which isn't good.
You adults, you government should work more with the youth, with teenagers, with young people, and you will see great changes.
Y creo que sería mejor si todos trabajamos juntos, si todos damos nuestra opinión sobre todo lo que está sucediendo y trabajamos juntos para seguir adelante con todo esto.
Let COVID-19 stop me from living my fullest as a teenager, especially.
And honestly, at this point, I feel like our leaders are just not doing this correctly at all. We're just opening things really soon, and we're not taking this seriously at all to some degree. And to be honest, it just feels like no one's taking anything seriously in this quarantine. We've opened up stuff, and stuff has immediately gotten up. And our cases have immediately gone up, and I don't like that at all. And I just wish everything would just come to a stop.
People should take every precautions in order to stay safe and keep other people safe. If you're not doing it for yourself, you should do it for other people who might not be as healthy and as good of a health condition as you are.
Well, I feel like if we all want to help out, I say we do our part, the little things we can do like that to help.
And I just want to say to everyone that's going through this that you're not alone. And if you need to reach out to someone, there is a lot of helplines out there.